Hi and welcome to Tabletop Gaming. My name is Charlie and today I thought we would unbox this. This is Tyrants of the Underdark. It is a board game with a D&D theme, which to be honest makes it pretty perfect for me. Now I'm going to be doing a review of this. We film our videos in advance, so I'm not entirely sure when that review will hit the magazine, but be sure to check it out online and see if it is up by the time this video goes out. But I thought we'd see what's inside. Now the back of this box tells us we're going to be seizing the Underdark. Take your place as a leader of a drow house and fight for control of the Underdark. Build your deck throughout the game to recruit drow, dragons, cultists and demon minions and use them to assassinate enemy troops or infiltrate and control your opponent's strongholds. Choose your strategy carefully though, for only one house can rule the Underdog. Now one thing I will note about this is the fact that it is heavy. So we mentioned it being a card drafting game, and I imagine this is going to be full of cards just based on the weight alone. This is not a light one. Now we have the rule book. Ooh, surprisingly, that's way less dense than I expected. I thought this would be much more sort of, you know, the kind when you open them up and you think, oh goodness, how on earth am I going to be able to remember this and pass it on? But actually that's not too bad, especially for a card game where it's got multiple sort of different things to think about. So that's our rules. Then we have, presumably, our board. So, one-sided, and here's what we're going to be looking at. So these will include the different strongholds and such that we need to try and take and keep. I imagine we'll need sort of more than one to be able to do things. Who knows? We'll find out, and that will be part of the review. But otherwise, quite a nicely made map. Nothing too excited about it, but also nothing bad about it either. And that's always good. Now, ooh, so some of the weight is going to be in tokens because we've got 3 of those. So let's take a look. These ones offer us our different houses, presumably, and a neutral. That's interesting. I wonder if we can play as a neutral or if spaces are declared as neutral. And then we have some more of those, similarly with those neutral on the side, so that adds up almost to the amount that the other ones have, with names that are recognisable, but I'm not going to say them out loud because I don't think I'll get them right. And then we have, so first player tokens, general tokens, and then some of presumably the houses at the bottom. I'm not entirely sure, I'll be honest. Let me know in the comments if you know what that is. I'm excited to learn any sort of D&D history, and it'll be fun to find out. So what have we got? Okay, so we have different types across the top and market cards as an additional board. So presumably this is how you'll pick up your different cards to draft through. These perhaps will be specific. We don't know yet. That's a good shout though. Pop that up top. And then, aha, so the final in terms of cardboard, so I also see this adds to the weight that I mentioned earlier, are the houses that you can play as. So these do indeed match the tiles that we've got, with the exception, of course, of neutral, because they don't have any of those. And that gives us a turn order and a deck and discard, as well as at the bottom we've got a trophy hall and barracks. You see those just at the very bottom? So that is, well, we'll find out when we play, but a good start nonetheless. And okay, we have a Tyrants of the Underdark score sheet. That's interesting. I wonder if it's a score as you go in that case. So the scores, or the things that you get points for, are the things you will score for. VP value of each site you control, 2 VP for each site under your total control, 1 VP for each troop in your trophy hall, so that refers back to what we wondered about the trophy hall. Deck VP value of each card in your deck, hand and discard pile, inner circle VP value of each card in your inner circle, and VP tokens. So actually quite a bit that you can score points from, which makes it more interesting because there's other ways to build points and to try and work out how you're going to do that throughout the game. Sounds exciting. Now we have bags, yay! Presumably to keep those many tokens in, and we also have the beginnings of our cards. So, oh, I love that these say Minion on the back. That's delightful. We have, if we have a look, let's spin these round. Can we do it one-handed? Yes, we can. So we've got presumably the ones we're trying to either fight or recruit, I think. One of which, of course, being an aberration. I mean, that says beholder to me, but I think beholders have more arms. Is this like a pre-beholder? Which comes up as a spectator. We've got white, which is malice, a malice style, which is undead, which lets you do different things. In return for waging eternal war in the living, these mortals are granted undeath. How exciting. So these will be included as part of your deck to give you extra options that you can do. Fun, okay. And then, this is more of what I was expecting. Oh, we've got more minion cards. Are they all minion cards? Ah, so all cards are marked as minion. Interesting. I did not realise that. Wonder why though. We've got them separated and a chunk, not entirely sure, but cool. Oh, I see. Okay, so these chunky ones at the bottom say that they are core set, whereas the differences that we have here is we've got a ghoul, we've got an eternal flame cultist, a blackguard, a dragon cultist, all of those included. So we can see the impact that those have, and those are in theory in addition, so same with the original ones that I showed you that I pulled out. These are our core ones, presumably specific to each house, and then these extra ones are ones that you can pick up as you go, or so I would imagine. Now quite nicely they are well set out in the box. There is a good insert for them. I don't know how well it will keep the cards when the cards are actually removed, so if I swap this around actually, and I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. With those cards removed, it's not entirely clear how well they'll stay in place when you put everything down, because they've got that little notch in there as well. But perhaps that's where it'll be held down by the smaller game board. We'll have to see. Obviously there's a space for those tokens too, so nicely put together. I'm quite pleased with how this is set up so far. I've got a really good first impression from it, and I'm almost hoping it will give me a better knowledge of D&D as a wider world through playing a board game based on D&D, with more about the drow and things like that. So the only thing I know otherwise is pretty much like the Drizzt novels, which I'm slowly making my way through, but this seems like a cool way to do it. So, Tyrants of the Underdark. So this has been a very, very quick unboxing. I've just wanted to take a look at sort of what's inside and what you can expect for the money that it is, and whether I have a good first impression, which, spoiler alert, I do. So keep your eyes peeled for a full review of this that will be available in the magazine and or online. I will post it in the comments if it lines up with the timeline that we do this, but it's got a good way to go before I can start telling you my thoughts on it. Speaking of which, if you head to tabletopgaming.co.uk, you can find a ton of reviews, not least online, but also in print in our monthly magazine, so get yourself signed up to that. There's tons you can find on there, from news, reviews and features and all sorts and more. We do advent calendars, we do mystery boxes. Go have a look and enjoy. Now, if there's anything here that's interesting, if you've played this, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. I read and respond to every single one of your comments, so I very much appreciate when you do. And in a similar vein, please do like and subscribe for more. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a great day.